Judging from the anticipating looks of nearly everyone, I can tell this may or may not end in a positive manner, despite being told on. Of all possibilities, the last thing I want to happen is the ballroom transforming into a battleground. I may as well get out while I still can. Hopefully, nobody notices. Monsters. Desperate for one human, huh? How annoying. For once, why can't they be civil? Then again, I'm the closest thing to a human being, so maybe there's something I can't understand. If they weren't so riled up about this whole date thing, then maybe I would have stayed a bit longer. Whatever. The silence suits me better. Huh? Oh, it's you. Why aren't you back there, with the others? That's considerate of you, but I'm quite alright. I just needed some time alone, for a while. No, it's not your fault. I was just getting a bit uneasy from the situation. Plus, the suspense was killing me. Ironic, really, because I'm already dead. But the point still stands. Yeah, sure, I don't mind. But shouldn't you be back at the ballroom right now? I'm pretty sure your date will come looking for you. Why not? Oh. Me? Your date? Really? Well, I mean, even after I bailed out? You know, I don't think you'd get the full experience, especially out here, on a boring old balcony. No. To be honest, I don't feel like going back. Even if it wasn't because of what happened earlier. It's just... There are times that I want to keep to myself, you know? As much as this monster's ball is all fun and games, I'm only here because I can't leave this place. I mean, I died here. So for now, I'm only trying to compromise, just so I won't make a scene amongst my fellow monsters. No. I really don't enjoy these parties that much. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean I hate my friends. They're nice monsters. They're fun to hang out with sometimes. Except when they go rogue over something as simple as a human. Actually, I'm kind of glad you picked me. If it were anybody else in there, especially those weird demons, I doubt that you would even last a day. Perhaps there are a few exceptions. But hey, you never know. By the way, I want to ask you, human, why exactly am I your best choice? Not that I'm twisting my scenario a bit, but I'm rather curious. Is that so? However, do you really not mind just staying here with me instead of having fun? I see. Your compassion, it warms me. I truly am thankful. Nobody has ever been this affectionate towards me before. No, I'm not talking about those guys. It's about my past. And that's the problem. There's nothing to tell. I can't remember it. How I lived in my previous life. It all feels like a dream. A dream that I can never go back to. Look at this place. This mansion. It's beautiful, isn't it? If this was home, I must have had a good life here. Imagine all the things I had while I was still alive. But then, something bad must have happened that led to my end. Perhaps some wicked fool dared to murder me on this very premise. Or worse. That's my theory of the matter for now. But whatever the reason, I just felt like I lost everything. What I'm trying to say is, I may be cold and despondent to everyone, but there are times when I long to feel alive again. Not as a monster, but as I was before. A real human, like you. Huh? Why are you hugging me? Actually, this feels nice. I'm sorry you had to hear all that. I guess I needed to get it off my chest towards someone who could relate to my feelings. You'd let me do that? I wish I could cry right now, but I don't have the emotions to feel that way. I never thought I would meet anyone who could be this understanding, this kind. It makes me feel warm. Something I don't feel often, ever since my death. As much as I enjoy this, I don't think we should remain hugging for the rest of the evening. It's okay. So, what do you want to do now? Me? Well... Follow me. I want to show you something. This place, it has a garden, and it's more peaceful there. Then, shall we go? What do you think? Pretty, isn't it? I always like to relax here when I want to de-stress. Even after many years, ever since this mansion was abandoned, the lush greenery, it still finds a way to thrive. And gardens are wonderful places. They help ease all your worries, all the negativity within you. What's more, it also brings forth life. Especially butterflies. Yes, butterflies. They're like guides to the departed. They lead lost souls to meet with their loved ones, even if the latter doesn't realize it. Usually I'd stay in, but it's thanks to these little creatures that I'm motivated to go out every now and then. It's not just butterflies that come here, you know. There's bounds of life to discover around here. Huh? What guy? Oh. It's that weird skeleton with that carved pumpkin head again. He's supposed to be at the party, but he's up and at it again, goofing around the garden, as usual. Up to this day, I still haven't remembered his name. It's a weird one. I think Zoe mentioned it. Was it Pinkerton? Pinkerton? I have no idea, but... Please, excuse me for a few seconds. No, just stay here. You. How many times must I warn you not to be a nuisance? Don't lay a finger on the butterflies here. They're sacred. Don't you know that? Enough. Your words are as hollow as your damned head. Leave. Go back to the ball and have your fun. But if I see you out here again tonight... insufferable little pest. Oh. How much did you see? I'm sorry you had to see that. I usually don't want to get upset, but seeing someone harassing butterflies here, it's enough to fuel my rage. Maybe we should sit down. Follow me. I know of a place. After you. It's been a while since I last sat here. I mean, I can't exactly sit, but I can make it look that way, right? Still, this place, it's special to me. What do you think of the view from here? Yes, me too. Which is why I prefer it here over any other place in the garden. And also, Never mind. It's silly of me to recall it. Well, whenever I sit here, I remember something. A vague vision, a memory perhaps. It pops in my head at times, for a short while. There's a girl, just about the same age I was, sitting on this very bench, peacefully reading a book. She looked so happy, and sometimes she would smile at me, as if she knew who I was somehow. Until now, I still don't understand what it meant. Was it a memory from a long time past? Or is it all just a figment of my own imagination? Lonely? I guess I do feel that way, sometimes. This is coming from a phantom, but even with my friends, I could only see them for once or twice a year, at most. You do that for me? But wouldn't people find it odd for someone to visit an abandoned area every now and then? It's unusual. You don't mind? Are you really sure about this? You know, your smile, it kind of reminds me of her. Though I wouldn't assume you might be related to her. But now I know. I have someone to rely on, to support me. I feel like we'll get along quite nicely. From the bottom of my undead soul, I thank you once again. Great. It's that damned pumpkinhead again. Idiot. Even after my warnings. Oh, this time, I will. But... Sorry. I just wish he'd stop being such a prankster. He's just like those rowdy humans who come and cause mischief around my home. It's unbelievably foolish. What was that noise? Oh, is that a cell phone? I've seen them in passing, but never up close. How do you use this thing? I have no clue in the slightest. Oh. Already? You really have to leave now? Oh. An urgent matter? I understand. Well, at least promise me. Promise me you will come back to visit. Okay? Alright. Before you go, I want to give you something. consider it as a token of my appreciation. Here, a butterfly, just for you. No, don't worry. It won't fly away from you, as long as you handle it with care. It's a special kind of species, after all. I know you'll be busy, and I'm not the most fun of people to be around. But when you see this butterfly, I hope you'll remember me. That makes me happy. Then I suppose I'll see you sometime. Then I await your next visit. Farewell, human.